When I arrived here, I was like, wow, I never felt this way anywhere in the world.
I want to be Malay. I'm here with Angelika. Angelika is from Poland, and Poland is my country as well. I've been living here for 10 years, and you've been here?
Like 6 months?
Okay, but it's your second time.
Yes.
And we're here to talk about Angelika's experience in Malaysia. She happened, yes, she happened to already make herself at home in Malaysia, give her all heart to Malaysia. So I'm really curious to hear her perspective. What made her fall in love with Malaysia so much? Talk about the food, the experience. We're gonna also talk about some comparison of Poland and other countries to Malaysia. What is better here? What is better elsewhere? So let's get started. How long have you been in Malaysia for?
Right now, since October, but it's my second time. First time I came here in 2023. I was supposed to be 3 months, but I stayed longer. Then I left and I came back and I want to stay forever.
Oh my girl! Okay, but both travels here were for work.
Yes.
So what do you do?
I'm a model.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, everyone probably already knew. You do work with the agencies.
Yes.
And they send you to different places.
Yeah, basically I have my mother agency, which is my main agency in Poland, and they are sending me to another countries. So I've been in many countries in Asia. They are sending my videos, pictures, portfolio to another countries, and then the country deciding if they want me or not. And then I'm coming.
When you travel for work, it's not a short trip, right? I imagine that you stay in one place for a little longer.
Usually it's between 2 to 4 months, depends on the country. Like specifically it's 3 months.
And you said that in Malaysia you wanted to stay longer, and now you want to stay forever. Why is
If
that?
possible. I mean, I love this country. I love the weather, even though it's raining a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. I prefer rain over the snow in my country. I like the people. Food maybe not my favorite.
Really?
Because I cannot eat that much rice.
Oh, so yeah, I actually wanted to ask you because Malaysia is such a foodie country, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and
I can,
imagine, okay,
but not too much. I have also some food restrictions. I cannot eat lactose and gluten too much. I have some
intolerances.
Yes, exactly. So I need to be careful. But I have so many other healthy choices here, so it's still nice.
So on top of your intolerances as a model, are you on like some strict diet, or before some shoots you have to? Sorry, no nasi lemak today.
Sometimes yes. If it's a underwear shooting, I will have some diet for maybe 2 days in front of that, just to look more shredded with my muscles. But if it's a normal shooting, no.
Can you take spicy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I cannot eat few things because I will be sick after, but then it's okay. As long as I follow my health restrictions, I'm fine.
So what's your favorite food?
Everything what is sweet.
Oh, so you're the sweet tooth girl. Okay. So have you tried Malaysian desserts?
Yes, all of them with coconut. I tried. I love them.
On the?
Is
So
it
like the green bowl with the gula melaka inside.
I think
know.
it's one of my favorites.
So you are the coconut fan.
Yeah.
And I think like coconuts and palm trees are the thing for Polish people, right?
So
I think we grew up with some romanticized image of the palm trees and coconut, but I don't think I've ever met Polish person that wouldn't be like palm tree and coconut.
I think, because since I was a child, I was always thinking, oh, I want to have palm trees. I want to live in the country with them. Since I was a child, yeah.
Yes, same. I think we had the same childhood, all of us. Yeah, and probably Malaysians would be like, oh, what's so special about it?
Just a tree.
Yeah. What is your favorite country in the world? And then let's narrow down in Asia, since you've been here for so long and living in so many countries here.
I can say Malaysia.
In the world?
Yes. I don't know. I feel here like it's my home. I never planned to come to Malaysia, I'm gonna be honest. And when I arrived here, I was like, wow, I never felt this way anywhere in the world. I also like US. I've been to New York, and it's my second trip, but just New York. I've never been anywhere else there, but I also liked it. But here, when I came back here in October, I was like, yes, that's my place.
What makes Malaysia the favorite country for you?
I would say I really like architecture. I mean, in KLCC, I love the Toronto style.
Yes,
It's my screen look, even on my phone. So yeah. And I don't know, it's something special. It's very hard to explain. I don't know what is the special thing.
Magic ingredient.
I think so. Everything combined. People, even food, architecture, how convenient is to be fresh here. And just perfect balance of it.
Yes, that is true. I think the balance of things, it's the key here. Moved here in 2023.
Yes.
Was first time in Malaysia. You've never been here for a holiday?
In Malaysia, no. But I came here from Indonesia. So kind of similar, of course not the same. But I've been already in Asia for 2 years back then, I think, non-stop. Something like maybe 1 year and a half. So there was no shock at all. It was not my first time in Asia also. But I felt this year here more in the way that people were super nice. I mean, I think everywhere, but they were nice in this very polite way. And I didn't feel, I know many people are saying it's fake, but I don't feel like it's fake.
Yeah, I actually feel it's like super genuine. Yeah. One thing for me, it's that Malaysians are super like curious.
Yes.
So they are like interested for real in you and your story, where you're from. And yeah, you feel they're not like they don't have any agenda in asking.
Yeah. It's also not rude when they ask questions.
Yeah.
For example, at my work, nobody ever asked me like very private questions. But for example, in Indonesia, a lot of questions which were like, for me, from Polish perspective, crossing my boundaries. And like, first of all, they were asking too much about money. How much do you earn here? Nobody ever asked me. Nobody. They were asking about like things like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? What do you do with your boyfriend in free time? And I'm like,
here they respected. There are no questions.
I mean, they are asking, but never like crossing the boundary. Just out of curiosity if I'm single or no, and that's it.
Well, out of curiosity, or checking if they stand any chance.
Question I hear every day. Is your family here? Yeah. And I'm like adult. Why my family would
yes,
here with
but that's exactly the difference, right? Like, because coming from Poland, it's like no one asks you anything, and all of a sudden someone asks about your family. It's like, why are you asking? But then you realize quickly that they probably like worry that you're here alone, and you feel that genuine care, right?
And I would say they are more bonded as families here.
Yes.
They live together longer, I would say. And in Poland, when we are like 18, say bye-bye.
And there is always this magic question, which I'm sure you're getting a lot. Sudah makan? Have you had it? Yes.
Always. And I'm so confused to answer that. And I'm like, do they want to give me food or they're just curious? Why?
Working culture, right? You've worked, you mentioned like Japan, China,
many countries.
Korea, many countries. What is the one thing that stands out from Malaysia?
Oh, I don't know if there's anything specific about Malaysia, but in general, Southeast Asia, I would say, it's very chill. Slow, no rush. Unless the client is Chinese, they will be faster, but not as fast as in China, still more laid back. But for sure, it's not such a pressure, and we have less outfits. For example, in China, my report was 300 outfits per day in 8 hours.
Wait, what?
Okay, I had to change a lot. Here, my record was 120 maybe. But it was for Raya clothes. Rest is like maximum 40 or less. I know one thing, AC, air conditioner, always 16 Celsius degrees or less. And I'm freezing because everybody's wearing jackets, some warm clothes, and I'm there posing in like summer clothes. So I'm like this, freezing. And people are like, are you cold? Why?
Is there anything that you think the world doesn't know about Malaysia that they should?
How modern it is. Because even if people know that Malaysia exists, that's good, I think. Nobody who traveled before to Asia, they don't think about Malaysia. They think, okay, Singapore, Tokyo, Seoul, Bali. But nobody thinks, okay, let's go Kuala Lumpur.
That is true. It's slowly changing.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think this year is one of the top destinations in Asia.
Well, it should be.
Yeah, I agree. And I was so surprised how many high-rise buildings. There is the second tallest building in the world.
Yep.
The tallest twin towers in the world.
Yeah.
That? I don't think visible.
You are so obsessed with them, and I completely
Yes.
understand it. And I think the view of Twin Towers just never gets old. Every time I see it, I feel like I'm as amazed as I was the first day.
Yeah, and then you will see them. You're like, okay, I'm getting bored. Okay, they are in different color next day. Okay,
Yes.
I'm not.
What is the one thing that every foreigner has to try in Malaysia? Could be experience, could be a thing.
For sure, everybody should go to at least a sky dining restaurant. At least one. Because view over the city, especially TLCC, it's amazing. And even comparing to other big cities in the world, I think it's one of the best I've seen. And I've been in many places like that. And I think like sky dining is better just to go into the point because you will have better experience, not just, okay, walking around, okay, it's nice, that's it. And you're enjoying, you eat the food you like, and you can talk with people and just get served.
Is the biggest difference between
So we have,
our Polish culture and the Malaysian culture.
of course, walking.
Yes, pops up as a
Always.
top two.
Yes, because in Poland, if it's like less than 2 kilometers, everybody would walk for sure.
Or even more. I mean, if it's spring or summer.
Yes. But even in the winter, they will still walk. True. Here, everybody is looking at us like crazy. Are you going to take a drop? Why you're not driving? And I'm like, it's so close. It's far.
Any other big cultural difference that stands out for you?
Service.
The service.
People are so caring and attentive, like waitress, bartenders, everybody. And they will really take care. And every single small thing in Poland, they will never get that much attention. And they don't require anything for that. They are not trying to, okay, give me a lot of tips. They don't think about it that much as in Poland. Here, if you tip somebody, they are shocked and grateful. In Poland, they will say thank you, but that's it. And here, it's insane, and it's kind of making me sad. Because when you dive deep into this topic, how much do they have to earn to be that grateful for like less than 10%, for example?
But I think it's also because it's not expected here. So it's a really nice act of kindness.
Yes.
Which I think is just culturally, it's not a tipping culture, right? In the US, it's the other extreme where I think their salary is not as a baseline sufficient. What's your favorite thing about Malaysia that Poland doesn't have?
Grab.
We have Uber.
But it's not that convenient. For example, you can send a package by Grab or Lala Move. You can order like food on a bike, so it will be way faster.
Yeah.
And it's more convenient, I would say, and you can do more things there. And also, weather. I can bring it back to Poland.
We have a shopping malls open on Sunday here.
Yes, I already forgot that it's not open in Poland on Sunday.
So
That's
yeah, in
true.
Poland on Sundays everything is shut down.
Yes.
So you have to really plan your week. You cannot buy anything. So some small private shops can be open.
Yeah, but only that. One thing which is interesting to me, there's not many gas stations here. Poland, everywhere. The city center, outside of the city, on the highway, all the time you see them. Here, sometimes you have to count for them and add additional stops because you will not see them on the way.
If the foreigner is coming to Malaysia, what would be your advice?
Be open-minded and don't judge people when you don't understand something. Because culture in Asia is so different than Europe or US. And sometimes you might think that somebody is being rude, and they can also think that we are rude because we are different. But most of the people don't have bad intentions, even though you don't understand what they want. And don't judge people by their religion. Because many people from our country are mostly like 90-something% Catholic, I would say. They think that Muslim culture is different than it really is because Malaysia is not the same as, let's say, the Eastern countries. Even though the religion is the same, but the culture is different, so the people are also different. And also people here are very respectful, open-minded, and they don't judge us. And I would say many Polish people are like that because they just don't understand. And instead of asking questions to understand, they will judge. People here don't require you to like wear a hijab, or for example, even Malay people. Not everybody, not every woman wears it. It's up to the woman. So I hate when people are judging the movement, but they have a choice. It's their choice.
Absolutely.
And if they want, they can. If they don't want, they don't have to.
I'm gonna give you the category, for example, food, and you say which country does it better, Malaysia or Poland?
Okay. Ooh,
Okay, let's start with the food.
Okay.
Food.
I
What
don't
country does it
know.
better?
I don't know. Depends. I would say here, quality for the price is better. But in terms of national dishes, I'm closer to Poland because I was raised by that. But both of them are pretty heavy on stomach, I would say. So none of them would be my first choice.
What's your favorite cuisine?
I don't know. Maybe
No gluten.
Yeah, gluten and lactose free. I like Japanese.
So dessert, Malaysia or Poland?
I think Poland.
Remember, you have coconut here.
Yeah, but we have coconut flakes. We have cheesecake. Come on.
You can find cheesecake in Malaysia.
But it's not Malay.
But yeah.
We have
Okay,
Polish cheesecake.
okay. Good point. You
Say 50-50.
traffic.
Ooh, where is worse?
Where is better?
That's a tricky question. Because in Poland, it's also bad.
Yeah, in big cities, that's.
It's small
pretty
also. I'm
bad.
from small cities, disaster.
Really?
There's less roads, so everybody's using the same one. Here is more people than in big cities. Maybe here. But here the roads are better planned also.
Oh, you are playing this game unfairly.
I know.
Everything is gonna be 50-50, guys, but let's give it a shot with the next
I'm
one. I
analyzing
started
too
with a
much.
tricky one for you, okay?
Okay.
Healthcare.
Here is better.
Here is better.
Yes, way better. I mean, I don't know how does it work for Malay people here with insurance and everything. In Poland, most of the things you can have for free, but then you will wait forever. But if you do privately, in Poland, it's way more expensive than here. And I think you have worse treatment anyway. Here, if you go to a good clinic, you have VIP treatment.
That is true.
But you have so fancy hospitals here or like dental clinics and things like that. Insane. In Poland, I never saw that advanced equipment as here.
But it's very true. I remember when I went to my dentist and his daughter came here to Malaysia for the project.
Yes.
And like when I was getting my treatment, he was getting so excited about Malaysia. He was saying like, my daughter went to Malaysia and yeah, the whole Poland should learn about how to do the stomatology from
Amazing.
Malaysia. The machinery that Malaysia has. Everyone is so well educated there.
Yes.
And I was just like nodding there. But
That's
he was
true.
so excited.
Fully true.
Okay, now it's gonna be super easy weather.
Malaysia. Saying that it's sweating, but still Malaysia.
Nightlife.
Malaysia.
Things to do on the weekends.
Malaysia. But actually, I'm not the biggest fan of Poland, but Poland is nice. You can travel, you can visit, but it's not my place in the world. But we can go for mountains and to the seaside and also for like a hike to the everything. We have most of the things, so it's also nice. We can also do some sightseeing. Here, I'm lacking culture things like it's not enough museums, I would say, art galleries and things like that.
Theaters, because it's not the
Yes.
part of the Asian culture,
Exactly,
right? While
but
it is in Europe.
That's the only thing it's missing here, I would say. Rest, you have it all.
Dating.
Malaysia.
Ooh. Convenience.
Is that even a question?
Nature.
Malaysia. Palm trees we were talking about before.
Final thoughts on Malaysia that you would like to share?
I want to be Malay. No, I'm joking. I'm proud of being Polish, but I feel like Malay people don't appreciate enough their country. And they have this, I think we have the same in Poland, that we want to escape. And people here also think the same way, mostly. They want to study abroad, which is also nice because you can see different culture. But so many foreigners who come here and stay longer, they are so surprised that people are not appreciating enough how amazing in the country. It's convenient, it's many things is very well planned. I don't understand people who don't like or who think that it's not safe here. I'm always like, how can you think this way? I think it's one of the safest places also I've been to, and I've been in many places. And here, I'm not scared to go out alone in the middle of the night. Somebody will approach me because, I don't know, can I have your number? And that's it. Nobody ever did anything bad to me. Just when I was walking in another countries happened that people were harassing. Here, never. Only like because they are curious or they like me or something, but never because they want to do something bad. One of the few not super positive things, people don't respect that much rules on the roads here. In Poland, most of people are very like strict. If there is a red light, it's red light and that's it. We will not even cross as the people, just like walking to the other side of the road. We will wait for the green. Here, no car, okay, let's go.
That was actually one of my first observations, that in Poland everyone is like pretty scared.
Yes.
And there are so many of those rules, including pedestrians, which is like all the whole complex system
Yes.
of like where you can cross, when you cannot cross. And no one will ever dare to.
Yes.
It's very sensitive to those
Here,
rules.
nobody cares. But it's also convenient. Because if there's not a car, you can go. In
It's a
Poland,
common
it's
sense, right?
yeah, it should be like that. But there is a limit, and I feel like here the limit doesn't exist.